This is Damien Maffei from The Strangers Pray at Night and Haunt, and you're listening to the Horror Squad podcast.
Hello, welcome back to the Horror Squad podcast. This is episode number 245. Tonight we're talking about Maniac Cop. I'm one of your co-hosts, Todd. We have Steven. We have Joe. Boys, men, fellas, how you doing?
Good. Tired.
Tired. You guys literally were hanging out this morning or yesterday?
Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, I got back Sunday. Steve got back yesterday. But yeah, we had a great time. Great week doing all the Halloween Horror Nights and Disney and Universal, and never really got a moment to rest. So yeah, I'm feeling it now.
Do you remember most of it though? Is the real question.
Yeah, I remember all of it besides maybe like a part of one night where the girls left the boys alone, and Steve and I spent half. Probably like 5 or 6 hours at Halloween Horror Nights, and we drank a lot of pumpkin beer that night.
Lot of pumpkin beer. Yeah.
But we went through like 7 houses that night, which was a lot. And at one point, like, the problem was you can't drink beer when you go through a house. So like at one point, I think we had like almost a full beer because we thought the line would be long. And he was like, you guys gotta chug those before you get to the front. And we're like, fuck. So we had to do some chugging too. So
any throwing up happening?
No, none.
Oh, nice. Good job.
No throwing up. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you walk so much, right? Like it's not like you're sitting and drinking. It's you're constantly moving or standing or whatever. So
right. I did get a little nauseous the next day on one of the Harry Potter rides, but that was about it. I had to close my eyes during the ride at one point.
Did you grab a butterbeer at Harry Potter
Land? I did not, dude. The line was so fucking long for the butterbeer. I'm like, I'm not waiting like 45 minutes to get a butterbeer, so I didn't do it.
Nice.
But the rides are all great. Colossal coaster at Islands of Adventure. It's like their newest roller coaster. Fucking insane. It's like the craziest roller coaster I've ever been on. It was awesome. Highly recommend it. And Guardians of the Galaxy at Disney, their newest roller coaster, is really good too. As far as Halloween Horror Nights, I think Steve and I are gonna do a full rundown on the Horror Squad YouTube channel. So we'll save it for that, I think.
Yeah, I recorded like clips of various things we did over the course of the week. So we'll talk about Halloween Horror Nights, our house rankings, we're going to talk about Disney's Not So Scary Halloween Party, just to show kind of the difference between the two, the scare zones, all that stuff. We'll talk about a lot of stuff. We had drinks at Chez Alcatraz, the only remaining Jaws presence in the park. They do a little Jaws drink, which was really cool, with a little bit of a show from the bartenders and stuff like that. So we did all the horror stuff that was there. We watched the show and did the horror makeup show and just a bunch of stuff. So it's a lot of fun. It's a one of those places that I think you should at least go once as a horror fan. Hopefully, spoiler alert, a better year than this one. But it's a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the houses were definitely lacking a little this year. I think because of the lack of IPs, which me and Steve will get into later in our other video. But I'll just say Halloween was far and away the best house, and I think that's because it felt like you were stepping into a movie, whereas all the other ones didn't have that same feel.
Yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate that they lost a lot of the IPs this year, but still, we had a fun time. So yeah, that's it. And what about you, Todd? What did you do on? You got a week off from doing podcasts altogether, so. Do you do anything fun?
I can't compete with your guys' trip. Played some Top Golf, just normal boring stuff. No Mickey Mouse or Horror Nights for me. So we'll move along.
Cool.
No beers either. No pumpkin beer yet.
Yeah. Well, there will be something very soon that we will all do together. So, Joe, you want to tell us a little bit about the upcoming event in Salem, which is now a month away? Actually, there's 2 of them. One of them that's a little less than a month away, and the other one is straight up a month away.
That's right. So October 15th is the first one, which will just be myself, I believe, and Sam. There will be a signing with Damien Maffei, of course, who we had in Salem last year as well. He is returning. He is going to be signing at Silver Moon Comics from 1 to 5. And yeah, he'll have his Strangers and The Haunt and new Texas Chainsaw Massacre prints for the video game out and stuff like that. So come meet Damien from 1 to 5 on October 15th. And our friends from the Crypt will also have a special Damien Maffei menu. The Damien Muffaletta, if I'm saying that right. I had it last year and it was absolutely delicious. So I highly recommend, if you're coming to that event, to order that burger because it was so good. And then our very big event the following week, October 22nd, with, of course, Omri Cass from Hocus Pocus. The entire horror squad will be there. Me, Steve, Todd, and Sam will be joining us as well. Yeah, it's going to be an awesome time. Once again, he'll be signing from 1 to 5 at Silver Moon Comics. And then our screening, which is officially sold out, so thank you to everyone who bought tickets, will be at 7 o'clock with a Q&A to follow, hosted by us. So it's going to be an awesome time in Salem. Hopefully some of you guys can make it out. Would love to see you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to kind of put the nail in the coffin on that one, let's hear from Omri himself as he explains the details of the event one last time.
It's me, Omri Katz, aka Max from Hocus Pocus. Just here to let you know I'm going to be in Salem, Massachusetts on October 22nd at the Silver Moon Comic Store starting at 1 p.m. I'm going to be signing some autographs and meeting fans and whatnot. And then after that, there's going to be a special screening and a Q&A hosted by the Horror Squad podcast at Cinema Salem. So I really look forward to seeing you guys there, and don't miss it.
Alrighty, you guys ready for some horror news?
Sure.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, the first thing I want to talk about, and I don't know if either of you guys have even watched it yet, but I watched it, and it is the new Hellraiser TV series on Hulu. Released their trailer today. Very exciting. That will be premiering on Hulu on October 7th. A lot has been coming out about this. Probably most notably the whole controversy surrounding who's playing Pinhead, which, is ridiculous, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, the trailer came out today. Did either of you guys watch it by chance?
I did.
No, but I'll
Let's
watch
hear
it
your
while
thoughts.
you guys talk.
Yeah, so I mean, just quickly, my thoughts is that it looks great. I like the really dark tone that they're going with it. I like the way that the new Pinhead looks. I love the look of the Cenobites that we see in the trailer, and honestly, I think it could be really good. I'm not 100% sold by the main character, the guy who opens the box just yet. I don't know. There's something about that performance that's nagging me. But other than that, as far as the stuff we know, the Cenobites, Pinhead, all that stuff, I think that's really cool. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it could be a really cool series.
And I agree. I think it looks awesome. I think this was a great trailer. The new Pinhead, Jamie Clayton as the new Pinhead, looks awesome. I love the voice they went with on it too. It's very fucking creepy. And yeah, everything looks great. Everything looks good about it so far. So we'll see how it goes, but my expectations have gone up quite a lot after that trailer.
But where is that coming out? Is that I forget, is it Hulu or I forget which studio?
Yeah, it's Hulu's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see what you mean about the performance, Steve. On the male lead is kind of got weird reactions, but yeah, I mirror what you guys both said. It looks pretty bloody. It looks pretty cool. Plus, Hulu's been killing it lately. I really love Fresh. I love Prey. I'm sure there's other the Mike Tyson show is really good. So I'm excited. Even though I don't like Hellraiser, I think this one looks pretty cool.
Fucking Disney, the new heavy hitter in the horror genre.
Yeah,
apparently.
seriously.
Weird.
They're coming for Shudder.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Well, file this under once again, where the fuck did this come from Ty West? As we are, Pearl just released, and then just out of nowhere, surprise, we're making another movie in this X universe. This one is going to be called Maxine, following, of course, our lead character from X. This one is going to be set in the 1980s, following, of course, our lead character of Maxine, played by Mia Goth, of course. This one is going to follow basically during, I believe, the porn resurgence of the 80s and whatnot, and that's really all of the information they've really released so far. But apparently Ty West has a lot going on with these movies, because he's just this has opened Pandora's box in his brain, where we're getting essentially an entire franchise in under a year. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
So someone likes him at that studio for sure. Like
Sure,
giving him all
yeah.
this money. But I'm sure it has. But have we ever had sequels like this released so closely together, especially in the theater?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
yes, but only like pre-planned ones. Like Matrix did it, Lord of the Rings did it,
That's true.
Saw did it every year for like,
Yeah, but this is like
but
X was out.
this just came out of nowhere. Kind of, it was like never. Yeah, for something small. I don't think it's ever been done. Like big studios who had planned trilogies and stuff like that. Yes, but
yeah, like Avatar, 12-year plan.
Right, exactly. No, it's crazy.
Cool.
It's an interesting that he's going back and forth in time with kind of two characters that he's featuring, all starring Mia Goth, of course. So I'm curious to see what he does with it, but I got to see Pearl first, so let's see how that one goes before making an opinion about the third one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for Pearl, and I'm sure we're going to cover it at some point on the podcast. All right, moving on. An update on Tusk 2, as Kevin Smith recently did an interview hinting that 2024 seems to be the release date for it. He said 2024 will mark the 10-year anniversary of Tusk. We could just leave it there and move on, but I've got more story left I'd like to tell. There's a reason we left him in the zoo at the end. I always knew as we were making the movie that we would do it again. I unfortunately thought we would have Michael Parks with us longer, but sadly he's not. But we do have Justin. He went on to say, early on, I was like, well, eventually they'll take him out of that walrus skin and try to rehabilitate him. And just like Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight Returns, he'll only ever see himself one way. Then he becomes the Howard Howe character. Justin Long becomes the crazy guy who's trying to turn people into something else. Half human, half whatever. Last time it was walrus. This time you'll see. So it basically sounds like he pretty much just gave us the plot of the movie there.
I was gonna say that's kind of shitty that you got the twist, you got the plot, you got Justin Long's whereabouts all right. Like, come on, Kevin.
Yeah. So do you like that though? Do you like that angle that basically Justin Long becomes the villain now?
I mean, I where else do you go with it? Michael Parks being passed away and everything, but
right.
Yeah. So what we get from this is he's going to make a moose, which leads into Moose Jaw.
There you go. Yeah.
It's his plan to make Moose Jaw like this whole time just to continue his fucking trilogy.
Oh gosh. Well, I guess we get a chance to. I hope what's his face, Haley Joel Osment comes back because he's a good little weasel.
Yeah, I think he would.
For sure.
Yeah, and his daughter, of course, and Johnny Depp's daughter.
Well, Johnny Depp's daughter is like a super good actress.
Yeah.
She's been in a number of things, but what's her name? Smith is pretty rough.
Harley Quinn?
Yeah, there you go. How can I forget that name?
All right.
All right. Well, next bit of news here. You guys will probably know about this better than me, but they are going to be releasing, coming in 2024, a documentary about the George Romero Resident Evil movie that was never made. So do you guys know a little bit more about this than me?
Go ahead, Steve.
I didn't know much. I'd heard about it, but not much more than that. So I'm really psyched to see what the plan was. Obviously George Romero is the king of zombies, so I'm curious what a George Romero Resident Evil, what it'll look like. Resident Evil is more about, it's not just about zombies. There are a lot of other elements involved. So I was curious how he would have tackled it versus what we ended up getting with was it Paul W.S. Anderson? Yeah.
Yep.
How he did it. So yeah, I'm very curious about this.
Yeah, I think he shot a trailer for Japan for the Resident Evil games, and then he wasn't a fan, obviously, of the video games, and he watched them play it and took notes and wrote a script on that, I think, if my memory serves. But yeah, anything Romero, I'm pumped.
Yeah. Well, here's a little bit of what this article says. So a draft of Romero's script dated October 7th, 1998, was eventually leaked online. Romero's script was ambitious and gory, but also strayed from the 1996 game in certain areas. Nevertheless, in spite of Romero staying relatively close to the source material, Capcom wasn't thrilled with the script. Complicating matters was the script's violent content, which eventually led to it being scrapped. So
how does Capcom complain when that movie was nothing like the video games? Bastards.
Very true. Yeah. Well, so stay tuned. 2024, we'll give you guys updates as they come. All right, next bit of news here is Halloween releasing in theaters, the original, along with parts 4 and 5. So if you'd like to see those 3 movies in theaters, they are going to be coming out in theaters beginning September this month, actually. So keep an eye out for your local theaters, as all 3 movies will be hitting theaters to you very soon. In, of course, anticipation of Halloween Ends, coming, of course, October 15th, is it? I think
That's a Peacock for me. Or is
All
it
right.
Peacock or is it
Yeah, it's
Paramount?
Peacock.
Peacock.
It's
Good.
Peacock, yes.
I just bought
I'm
that
gonna see it
for
in theaters.
$20 for the year, so I'm good.
I'm gonna see it in theaters.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it at home. Maybe like order a pizza or something.
All right. And all right, let's do one more here. An update on the Strangers remake trilogy that is going to be happening. They announced recently that, so it was rumored that Rennie Harlin was going to be directing. We can now confirm that Rennie Harlin is definitely going to be directing at least one of the movies. I don't know if he's going to be directing all 3, but the trilogy of films is currently being filmed over in Slovakia, of all places. So from there, the filmmakers are expanding the story in new and unexpected ways over the 3 films. And yeah, that's really all we have for now on that. No real like standouts as far as like casting. Like I don't really know anybody, no names that like jump out at me as stars or anything like that. So yeah, that's all we can give you for now. But as more comes along, I'm sure we'll be covering that trilogy if it all comes out at once or however the hell it comes out. We'll find out, but we'll keep you guys up to date. And yeah. Oh, and one last bit of news for those Yellow Jackets fans. Elijah Wood has been cast for the new season of Yellow Jackets. So yeah. And that's all I got for horror news this week.
What we got? Trivia?
Yep.
All right, trivia. Ooh, so we got a bottom tie there between Joe and myself at 11 apiece. Steve in command with 13 points. However, in the overall record, it's myself leading at 47, Joe 45, Steve 40. But I think Steve's kicking that COVID little brain sludge he had going on there. So I think he might be making a comeback right now.
We'll see. I don't have error. Like I'm still on vacation, like school down
Vacay
mode. So, yeah. So I'll go first. Just
all right.
Kick things off. All right. So the first one is a regular question. This movie stars a famous mother and daughter and was remade in 2005.
Famous mother and daughter in 2005. Psycho?
Wrong.
Fuck.
It starred a mother and daughter and then was remade.
Yeah. So the original stars a mother and daughter, a famous mother and daughter, and then was remade in 2005.
How about that?
How about that? Thanks, Gramps. How about that, son?
Hey, I don't know.
Famous mother and daughter, but remade in 95 with another famous mother and daughter?
2005.
2005.
No.
Was it a remake? No, just regular actresses.
Right, yeah.
What decade are we looking at for the original one?
80s.
80s.
I'll give you that as a hint.
Gosh, this is probably going to be an easy one too. I don't know.
You guys give up?
Yeah.
All right. I was steaming it with tonight's episode. It was The Fog, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Janet Leigh, and remade in 2005, which we both Todd and I both reviewed not like 2 months ago, I'd say.
Oopies.
Also starring Tom Atkins, which we're gonna talk about tonight.
It's Tommy, man.
Hey, man, telling you,
Tommy boy, he's my man.
Every opportunity we get to talk Tom Atkins, we're
Tommy.
gonna do it. We're just gonna go through his fucking filmography.
That wasn't even intentional too. I'm like, let's do Maniac Cop, and then like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'll go.
All right.
So whoever is the closest, but you have to be within the million.
The million.
The million. All right. All right. Within a million.
All right.
Whatever. I don't care. We'll see what happens.
All right.
How much money did Maniac Cop make?
Make? Is it domestically or
overall?
All right.
88. This probably did not get a international release. So
right.
Stick to the States for this one then. Maniac Cop, 1988.
I'm gonna go 3 million.
3 million. Okay.
1.5 million.
1.5 million. All right. Let's have another round of guesses because this movie I think only released in LA and New York for like 2 days.
Okay.
So bring it down a little bit.
So
whoever gets closest. All right, it's under $1 million gross. Whoever gets closest gets it.
All right. I'm gonna go 400,000.
Okay, 400,000.
100,000.
The answer is 671,000. Steve with the
Yes.
point.
All right.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know it only released in 2 theaters.
Yeah.
Still got
something
2
like that.
sequels.
I think another movie of that same time period did the same thing. It might have been Maniac. I'm not sure.
Wow, interesting.
All righty. Tagline. All of our favorites.
Of course.
We're so good at these.
This is an easy one.
Ooh.
I'll
When
be
there's
shocked.
no
if you guys-
room in hell.
All right. She'll possess you, then destroy you. She's death on wheels. She's
Christine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's the rest of that terrible sounding tagline?
That's
she's
it.
Death on, she's death on wheels.
She's
Christine?
death on wheels. She's ... That's it.
That's bad.
Hey man, it's the 80s.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. Next one is the 4 clues. Awful art. Afterlife.
Beetlejuice.
Correct.
Yes.
The next one was Deadly Dog and Miniature Village.
Deadly Dog.
Yeah, because the dog ends up killing the,
Oh.
the family, right?
Yeah. Oh. All right. Okay. How many films has William Lustig directed that had the word Maniac in the title?
4.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
Name them all.
3 Maniac Cops and Maniac.
And Maniac, yeah. You really love that.
I looked him up after watching the movie. So
Yeah.
He co-directed Maniac 3 though.
Did he?
Yep.
Oh.
I guess
All right.
it wasn't important to him anymore.
Yeah, he's like, eh.
Yeah.
All right, 3 movie reviews. Guess the movie from
Okay.
Letterboxd.
Oh, love it.
All right. Number 1. Me, 20 minutes in. Really? This is it? Me, 80 minutes in. LOL, LOL. Yes, absolutely. Please never end.
Okay.
Okay.
20 minutes in and 80 minutes in. Is it One Cut of the Dead?
It's not.
Okay.
All right. Well, Steve took a blind guess. I'll take one too. Midsummer.
Okay.
Midsommar.
Incorrect.
Okay. Back to zeros.
Okay. Number 2. That prison scene had me laughing so hard it gets an extra half star. Bravo.
Maniac Cop.
Incorrect.
Oh, that's a good guess. I'll just guess one to keep it even. Let's go with fuck. I just had one in my mind and I lost it. I don't remember, but we could both guess after the next one.
Okay. And the last one. This one will probably give it away. Is it really a James Wan horror film if there isn't a DILF played by Patrick Wilson?
Oh. I can't think of the fucking title. I'm not gonna say anything because Steve's fucking churning his fucking wheels in there.
Prison scene.
Are lubed up with fucking beer.
Is it no?
Malignant.
Malignant.
Yeah, because you said
Malignant.
Maleficent.
I was gonna say Malevolent, and I couldn't remember the actual name.
I just needed the M.
Yeah.
Correct.
I had it just the wrong word.
Yep.
Okay. So my turn. So I'm going to the 60-second game because I haven't done it in a while.
Okay.
You can go with Joe first.
Ooh.
Just because I set it up. All right, Joe, you ready?
All right, wait, what are we doing here? This is the one where I gotta keep throwing
Keep
shit out there.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Don't act like
All
you guys didn't collude over this in the 5-hour lines.
Right. All right, ready?
Yes.
And go.
80s.
No.
90s.
No.
70s.
No.
2000s.
No.
2010s.
No.
What? 60s.
Nope.
50s.
Nope.
What the fuck?
20s.
2020s.
Ugh.
2020s.
Yeah, 2020.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 1920s.
No.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. 2020, 20, 21, or 22?
2020.
2020. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there famous actors in it?
Yes.
Was it directed by James?
By James Wan? No.
No. Has it got witches in it?
Nope.
Does it have Anya Taylor-Joy in it?
Nope. She's in a lot of them.
She is.
All right.
Oh, man.
Final question. Final guess.
Okay. Is it a ghost movie?
No. Final guess?
Nah, I got nothing.
Todd, do you have a final question? Final guess?
Is it something we covered?
No.
Oh.
I have no idea because
Yeah. Joe didn't help you at all. You want to just throw one out there?
2020 film, #alive.
No. So the answer was Freaky.
I didn't know. Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Vinny Vaughn.
Yeah. Have you seen that
I
one?
never know the right questions.
I haven't, no.
That's
Put me in, coach.
All right. You ready in the...
Yep.
And... Oh, wait. Go.
60s.
No.
70s.
No.
80s.
No.
90s.
No.
2000s.
No.
2010 on.
Past 2010, but no.
It's in the 2010s.
2010, 2020s.
Okay. 2020s. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it a 2020 release?
Nope.
2021 release?
Yes.
Okay. Was it a slasher?
Yeah.
Okay. It was slasher 2021. Did I hate it?
No.
Did we cover it?
Yes.
Was it Halloween Kills?
No.
Because I hated that movie. You would have been lying. There's a slasher from 2021, and we covered it, right?
Yep. Actually, I think 2022 because I think it was theaters and I think it was like a festival. So
was
I'll
it
give
X?
you a little... No.
Okay.
So count of 2022. I think it was a festival release.
21 and 22, and it was a slasher movie, and we covered it.
Mhm.
Was it a big box release, or was it like a Shudder exclusive?
Blockbuster.
Okay, Blockbuster. And it was a slasher, and it was in the fucking theaters, and it was 21, 22.
I'll give you an extra 10 seconds because of the...
Okay. Man, I haven't done one of these in a while. I can't think of any slashers that came out.
Final guess. Final question, final guess.
21, 22. It wasn't X. It wasn't Halloween. I don't know. My mind's fucking drawn them. Was it Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Wrong.
Damn.
Joe?
All right.
Halloween Kills.
I already said that.
You have a question
Oh,
first.
I missed it. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. Okay.
It was a slasher from 21 to 22. We
It's
covered it.
We covered in 2022. I think we consider 2022, but it came out, I guess, festivals 2021.
Damn, it should be. We didn't cover.
Did it make our top any of our top tens?
It's not. We haven't done our 2022 top 10 yet.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm still on vacation. I'm
Yeah, I know. Me too.
My brain is.
I'm gonna see if I can
up.
guess it from my stats, even though I obviously don't get a point.
So we reviewed it this year?
We did.
Oh shit. And it's a slasher?
Yep.
Damn.
Oh.
Is it Studio 666?
Wrong. So I was going with the theme here, Joe, and you should have gotten this. It was Black Phone, the other Blumhouse house from Halloween Horror Nights.
Is that a slasher?
Kind of.
Yeah, I would say.
Kind
Well,
of.
I
Yeah.
don't know what else it would be.
He stalks people, kills people. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the two Blumhouse films from Halloween Horror Nights this year.
It was indeed.
All right.
Yeah, IMDb lists 2021, but we got our wide release this year.
Yeah, Black Phone was definitely this year.
Yeah. All right. 4 clues. I'm being a little cute with these clues here, so here we go. Clue number 1: Fright Night, the movie. Clue number 2: a version of hide and seek. Clue number 3: best friends. I'm gonna repeat 1 through 3 before I give you the 4th one. Fright Night, 1985, the movie. A version of hide and seek. Best friends. The 4th and final clue is good guy.
Oh, Chucky? Well,
Child's Play?
Child's Play, yeah. The remake, probably.
No, it was original. But who do we give it to, though?
No, it's him. Child's Play is the movie, not Chucky the character.
Yep. Because Fright Night.
I thought that after Best Friend, but I was like, I don't know. What was the Fright Night?
Because the director?
Director Tom Holland plus Jerry from Fright Night was the cop in Child's Play.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Joe on the board.
Thank you. All right, in Scream. What is rule number 1 on Randy's list of rules for surviving a horror movie?
Never say you'll be right back.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna go again after Steve.
I feel we've had this before.
Yeah, got it.
What would it be? Stay together, never go out alone, or something like that.
No.
Don't have sex.
Correct.
Ah,
Yes.
fuck.
And with that, I am tied with the evildoer Steve.
Damn it. I knew it.
15
The
apiece.
vacation was not good.
All right, is that it for the night?
What about Joe?
Oh, just ooh. Okay, one can take the lead with this one.
No, I mean, what was Joe's score now?
Oh, he's at 12.
Okay.
Me and you are at 15.
All right. I thought you had 13 before. So I'm confused. I feel like you said it was 15, 13, 13. So how did you get to 12?
No, he was at 11.
Okay.
Unless
Maybe I just heard
Well,
wrong.
Go back to the tape then, but
Yeah.
all right, 412. Let me see. Put those in the main spreadsheet here. 412. All right, so we got 15s across the board with me and Steve. Joe with 12, maybe. And then the main scores are myself 51, Joe 46, Steve 42. It's heating up. Actually, that's the last one, right?
Ooh.
So don't we need a tiebreaker? We got one more.
I think we
For the
might
quarter.
have one more. Let me just check here.
Yeah, we have one on the 27th.
Yeah, one more. The 30th is the so next week is the final week.
It's down to the wire too.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Hello, detective. I was watching that this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was on like HBO or something.
Wow.
All right, Maniac Cop, directed by William Lustig, 1988. You have the right to remain silent forever. In New York, people are slain and strangled to death brutally on the open street. All witnesses agree that the murderer was in a cop's uniform. Soon the police search and find a suspect in its own ranks. Jack Forrest, suspected of murdering his own wife, and the rest of the unfortunate individuals die by the Maniac Cop's reign of terror. To prove his innocence, he investigates the case with his partner, Teresa Mallory. So that synopsis actually doesn't make a lot of sense. So anyway, we're in New York City. It's grimy, it's dirty, it's dusty. Think Maniac Cop, Maniac, like that kind of feel. Everything's like gross and everything. Meanwhile, you have this super big hulking man in a police uniform. He's going around killing people. First he kills bad guys, then he's killing good guys, then he's killing whoever. Meanwhile, you have Tom Atkins, who is a horror legend. He plays a detective, a gruff detective down on his luck. His partner was killed a couple years ago and he's suicidal. He doesn't fucking like anybody. He doesn't even smile, which is a cool scene. He's going around trying to investigate, and right away he's like, you know what, why aren't we believing the bad guys when they say a cop killed him? Because obviously this guy has insider information, no one believes him, blah blah blah. Then you have Bruce Campbell enter the picture, who's a two-timing street cop. He's cheating on his wife, who's kind of obsessed with the case, and she thinks that Bruce Campbell is the cop killer, the murderer. So she has like a best of newspapers clippings of all the Maniac Cops killing, things like that. So she ends up following Bruce Campbell and finds him in bed with his partner. And then she ends up getting killed herself, and Bruce Campbell is framed for it by the Maniac Cop. So now we have to follow Bruce Campbell as he's in jail and they're interrogating him. Meanwhile, we have Tommy Atkins trying to figure out what's going on. And within all that, you have the Maniac Cop himself running amok around town, killing people with his massive jawline. So yeah, was this the first time for anybody with Joseph? No.
For me, yes.
Ooh, for you, okay. Well, what do you like? What do you like about it?
So I was telling Steve actually when we were together at Halloween Horror Nights, when we had mentioned when we finally decided we were going to cover this, that I actually have very fond memories of the VHS cover, even though I've never seen the movie. I remember the cover for Maniac Cop, and I just never saw it. But I always thought it was about like a zombie, cop like type thing, which I think maybe in the sequels that comes about. Is that how it goes in the sequels?
Yeah, he's dead.
The third one is
All
like
right.
really like they bring him with voodoo and shit. So
All right. So overall, like this wasn't what I expected it to be. Like I thought this was going to be just like a slasher movie, like with this zombie cop just kind of killing people. And really, that's not what you get here. I would say this is like almost like borderline horror, like at times, because like it's really more of like, I don't know, like action, like cop drama, like for the most part. And that's not like necessarily a bad thing. Like I still think it was like a really entertaining and good movie. It just really isn't a horror. It really didn't feel like a horror movie to me. So that kind of like, I guess, let me down a little bit. However, you got Tom Atkins in here, you got Bruce Campbell, you got Ted Raimi in here at one point too, if I'm not mistaken,
Sam Raimi.
in a little cameo.
Sam.
Sam Raimi, okay, in a little cameo, which was fun. So yeah, like I thought it was like it was a fun movie. I just think it just threw me for a loop. It just wasn't what I was expecting overall.
Yeah, I hadn't seen this in a long time, and it's been so long that I was starting to confuse other movies with this one. Like I was thinking part Intruder, part Night of the Creeps, just mixing and mashing, and completely kind of forgot what this movie about. Except when I was watching it, some of it was starting to come back to me. Some scenes were kind of just refreshed me of having seen it probably in the 90s or something like that. And I agree with Joe. The movie really starts off horror. It's really like a slasher going and killing random people. You never know who's going to get killed next. And I thought it would kind of keep that momentum going where, he just keeps killing people, and Tom Atkins goes after him. And then Bruce Campbell comes in and starts helping Tom Atkins once he's cleared to fight down this, monstrous killer. But it takes a kind of a shift halfway through where, like Joe said, it becomes more of just a cop drama action film. And there's very little horror in the second half of the movie, other than, the Maniac Cop himself, Cordell, which I always think about Hannibal. Cordell, can you get me a drink, Cordell?
The manservant?
Yeah, the manservant for Mason Verger. Yeah, so it just it was just off-putting to me because I guess I went in expecting a horror film, and then it becomes more of a cop thing. Not that that's a bad thing, because I do like, cop dramas as well. It's a weird shift to go from so much kind of violence at the beginning and slashery goodness to just completely going into cop action stuff. I do like the guy who plays Maniac Cop. He's played in Samurai Cop, which is something I would highly recommend to our audience as one of the most ridiculous movies I've ever seen in my life. And I recognize him from a bunch of things because that fucking chin, man, you just like know this guy, like he has such a unique looking chin. And I like how at the beginning of the movie you don't really know who the Maniac Cop is, and they really try to hide it. When Bruce Campbell is first introduced, they like don't show his face for a big portion of his first scene, as if to say that they're going to reveal that it's probably him, because he's also known for a big chin, it's like one of his things. And I wish they kind of kept going with that, where you didn't really know who the Maniac Cop was, and maybe it was someone that was on a force that was a little less obvious. I like that, but they totally abandoned that halfway through, and that kind of sucks. But there was a big surprise in the middle. I won't say it right now, but there's something that happens 2/3 of the movie that really shocked me. I was like, oh shit, I did not expect that to happen. And but we'll talk about that. So overall, I liked it, but it's I'm a little disappointed, I guess, that it wasn't as horror as I would expect.
Yeah, I'm with you guys there. Like I had it originally a 4-star out of Letterboxd rating from memory. So it's been probably maybe 6-7 years since I watched it. It has a lot of pacing issues, like towards the middle there, especially with like a lot of the Bruce Campbell like interrogation / like going to the prison thing to learn what's really going on. I'm like, it's kind of not needed. I would have agreed with keeping Bruce Campbell the villain would have been really cool, and fleshing out Tom Atkins a little bit more in this one. But overall, I still really like it a lot. It's goofy, it's stupid, and it's just got like a gross feeling to it. And I mean, Tom Atkins, dude, he's at his, like, come on. This guy, like, always hits above his weight class in every single movie. Jamie Lee Curtis, the young chick from Halloween 3. This girl that he meets, the reporter, she's like, oh, we doing romantic? He's like, not about romance tonight. When is it not about romance, Tom? You have time in your schedule to like this, come on. So, like, Tommy, man, I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it right. But I thought also Bruce Campbell, he played a more serious role in this one, and he actually pulls it off, because some of his acting can be questionable sometimes. But I thought overall he was actually pretty good for a more grounded role than he usually does. So overall, I still really like it, but it definitely dropped down a peg, and the pacing issues definitely affect it. And I think the better crazy cop movie would be Psycho Cop Returns, Psycho Cop Part 2, which is starring Bob Vance Refrigeration from The Office, if you guys are into killer cop movies. But out of this series, I think Maniac Cop 2 is the superior one out of the trilogy, but that's a little deeper dive. But what was your twist? Can I guess it?
Yeah,
that you didn't like?
I'm sure. Oh no, of course. I'm sure you know what it is.
Yeah, Tommy Atkins getting thrown out the fucking window.
Like what the fuck? I kept thinking. Well, obviously, no. He just landed on the car roof. He'll be fine. He'll get up. Wait, he's gonna get up, right?
Walk it off.
Wait a minute. Like, why is he getting up? Then they changed scene. I'm like, but what happened to him? Is he dead? And it's like, no. I can't believe they killed Tom Atkins in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
2/3 in. Bad choice.
Yeah.
Bad choice.
Bad choice.
Really, really bad choice. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. They didn't flesh him out enough, and I thought that's because he had more movie to go. One plot point that I really liked, that I really wish they went more into, that they just kind of dip their toe into it for a little bit and then completely get out of it, is so when people start getting afraid of cops, Tom Atkins hires the reporter to report about kind of the killer cop being out there, and then everyone's afraid of cops and start killing cops. I thought that was a really interesting plot point, that suddenly all the cops are the villains to these people, so it would give them more reason to find this maniac cop and everything like that. But they kind of just drop it at some point, and it's not really a thing anymore, other than making like a joke where a security guard's like, oh man, in this uniform I should get extra pay. As if he went into that secret facility to take a piss anyway. That's the stupidest fucking
stupid
excuse
asshole.
ever. Yeah, there's just a lot of issues like that. I love when Bruce Campbell gets caught in bed with the other cop, and he says, well, why did you follow me? As if that's the good excuse. And then he follows up with, I didn't want you to find out this way. Like, obviously. Fuck, it's just, yeah, some of the stuff was just kind of ridiculous. I think the cops in general were a little ridiculous at times in this movie, so.
Yeah, everyone but Tom Atkins is like terrible at their jobs. Yeah, but fucking Bruce Campbell, he's like in the scene right before that, he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, make it up to you, we'll go hang out this weekend. And he's like whistling on his way to the fucking motel to pound some strange, and he's fucking two-timing Bruce Campbell, man, piece of shit.
So what, as someone, this is a first time watch, how are the sequels like in comparison? I guess, are they worth a watch? Or do they go more in the horror route, I guess, too?
Probably the same kind of feel.
Okay.
I think part 2 is really good. It's got what's his face in it, I forget. I think it's from Dick Tracy.
Yeah, he's the one whose his face is all like
he's got some acne scars or something.
Yeah, like he has a lot of scars on his face. I forget his name too. It's
I got the poster up there actually.
William Forsythe?
No.
Which one am I
thinking? He's the villain in the Mask. Sorry, Jim Carrey.
Oh God.
Damn, I can't see his name. Robert Dave? No, that's probably not it.
Oh yeah. Okay, the dude from the Goonies.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
he's in it. He's really good in it. But I mean, all 5 of them, I count Psycho Cop in those too, like, are just ridiculous.
So what did you guys think of the kills in this? So there are quite a few significant kills, especially in the first half of the movie. Are there any that stood out to you guys?
Honestly, like nothing, not really for me. Yeah. Unfortunately, sorry.
It's okay. We need to stop watching slashers. We never have a great conversation about them because they're usually just straightforward. Kills, no. I thought the kill, quote unquote, kill at the end with Psycho Cop.
That was cool.
Maniac Cop. Yeah.
Yeah.
That stunt I thought was pretty insane for that stunt man that had to jump off the fucking
and
the moving truck. I'm like, geez, dude, this could have gone wrong very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And then a stupid little hand at the end's like, I'm still alive. Like these cops, well, probably because these fucking assholes were idiots the whole movie, but like they're not gonna look in the water right below the fucking dock. His stupid ass hands crawling out.
I watched the alternate ending myself too. So in the alternate ending, you go back to like the mayor's office or whatever, and they're like, we have to like cover this up if like you want to like win re-election or whatever. And then Maniac Cop is like hiding behind a curtain, and he comes out and he kills the mayor.
I like that ending better.
Yeah, I do too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Instead of him sneaking around. What about the prison scene? I know you like that one.
Yeah, the whole flashback scene, I guess.
It's just hilarious. Yeah. It's just like in unnecessary slow motion the whole time.
Well, they had to do a slow motion dong.
Yeah, right. I was just laughing. That was one of my favorite scenes. It was so funny.
It was really crazy. Like the way they filmed it, it was all like kind of blurry, and they didn't really quite show his face, and they get him naked into the slow motion. It was just, and he's there, like, you know, it's being cut with him on a bench somewhere, just like all sad and stuff. It was weird for a slasher to have such, like,
well, because he's hanging out with his crippled girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
right? Didn't she try to kill herself after he died, and that's why she's crippled?
Yeah, but that was another one of my complaints in this. I don't know if that was important enough. Like, I didn't really care about that character. That should have been one of the main characters that was helping him the whole time, you know, whether it's Bruce Campbell's character or maybe even Tom Atkins, because he's so fucked up, you know. Even when he's trying to look for the thing, he's like, no, hey, didn't you try to kill yourself? Aren't you having mental issues? You know, it's just that reveal of his ex-girlfriend was just like, who cares? You know, it's stupid to me.
And she fucking like takes shots into the darkness. Like, what if that was a fucking kid walking by? She's shooting at like pallets because she heard a noise. Like, it's fucking psycho.
Right. No, for sure. And what was the point of the whole scene where she meets a John, or one of the cops, right? His Bruce Campbell's, like, I guess, lover,
his side piece. Yeah.
So his side piece. She meets a John. And he's like, "You're a cop," and then he's like, you know, almost like, kind of, yeah, all right, goodbye. Like, absolutely no point to that scene.
Yeah, like he's not going to tell all the other guys, hey, that's actual cop, she admitted it.
Exactly. Yeah, that was such a weird scene.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, back to the prisoners, like, who fights a dude that's naked? It's like, because what do you, worst case scenario or best case scenario, you're still like getting his flaccid dong slapped against your pants or something. Like, wait till he's, I don't know, drying his hair or something at least. Freaking weirdos.
It happens all the time, though. I mean, they did it in Mafia 2. Remember the game we reviewed on our other podcast? It's just like a thing. Like, you know, they say, I don't know.
American History X.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because they have. Yeah, I guess because you're for sure not gonna have weapons on you. I mean, unless you got it up your ass. And yeah, you're more vulnerable. I don't know if the guards like guarded as much, or there must be a reason for it.
I guess. Yeah, he's all slippery too. Just like suds your stuff up, and then that's when you go out and get.
I think Andy gets attacked in the shower too. I think in Shawshank, right?
No, he's in like a storehouse or something, isn't he?
Okay.
Yeah, well, when he actually gets raped, he's in a warehouse or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Andy doesn't get raped, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I thought he says like if you put something in. No. Because wasn't he protected by the jail dudes, the prison guards?
Not at first.
Yeah. It shows like him getting beat up in the warehouse, and it pans away as Red is saying, you know, I wish I could tell you it's a fairy tale story, but this isn't, and kind of, and then he walks funny and stuff like that. So
got it. Because I thought he said like something like, anything you put in my mouth, I'm gonna bite it off.
That's after when he starts fighting back and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I need a rewatch.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good one.
Let's just switch to Shawshank at this point.
Let's just talk about Shawshank. Obviously, this movie isn't deep enough to have the crazy discussion.
So, what would be the better movie for this?
I think keep it slasher. You know, keep it.
Yeah.
Give that first half hour and keep it going. You know, have him kill a lot of people, have a high body count, have the cops increasingly like, you know, breaking the rules to try to catch this guy, start turning on each other because they don't know who's the bad cop, and have more of a story of, you know, kind of the inner dealings of a cop. Like I said, that whole thing about no one trusting cops, that has to put pressure on them, so they're going to start inner fighting, and it's going to become like a whole thing. It could have been really interesting, but they just didn't go that way, and the characters weren't developed enough. That whole thing where when Bruce Campbell and the girl are going to like all these places and no one's really questioning them, and they're in and out of custody, and it was getting confusing at one point. Like, why aren't they in jail? Why are they, you know, it was just like so convenient.
Yeah, it basically looks like he killed all the police officers in that police station too, and they don't even like hunt him down.
Right, basically. Yeah, it was just a weird that whole second half, I think, really drops the movie for me. Like, it's not, I still liked it overall, but I think it could have been way better.
Yeah, I think I like that. I think also maybe Bruce Campbell being a young detective under Tom Atkins, so like you had more of their like kind of like a buddy cop thing, and you can still even kill Tom Atkins maybe a little bit later, and then have Bruce Campbell come and save the day and everything. But fun fact, Joe, Bruce Campbell dies in like the first 2 minutes of part 2. So
How dare they?
how dare
How
they
dare
kill
they?
him?
But he's got like top billing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have just kept him in for all 3. I guess they probably couldn't afford him, maybe,
Guess.
in the sequels, but
I don't know.
yeah,
I think
he
it was
would.
like
He should have.
90
Yeah,
when that was
he
made.
should have
So.
been. I think the better movie would have been if they killed this cop and like he like comes back, but he's like all maggot infested and stuff like that, and like really zombified. You know what I mean?
So like
And
Uncle
it's like,
Sam type.
Ooh.
yeah. So sure, yeah.
Also another
But in,
William
like,
Lustig
but,
movie.
but
Right.
like in the cop, yeah, but in the cop outfit and stuff, and that, I mean, that's what I was thinking it was gonna be. So I mean, I guess just in my head, but that, I would have enjoyed that more. As it says, it's like a fine enough movie. I still like enjoyed watching it, but I just wish there was a little more horror in it. That's all.
Yeah, it wasn't even a thought to be on my top 10 for the 80s, but it's a good serviceable 80s flick. What about that old lady that fucking blows that guy's head off?
That's crazy.
Car.
That I was gonna say that's my favorite kill. I mentioned before.
I forgot about that one. That is a great. Yeah.
It was brutal the way they filmed it too. Like you really see
Yeah.
his fucking head just blow back.
Yeah, I think there could have been a lot of added tension too if they would have expanded on it, because I don't think they even touched on that.
That was my issue with it.
Yeah.
I think everything after that point is where it started dropping the ball a little bit. They really could have gone somewhere interesting and they didn't, and kind of sucks.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Like, like civilians versus cops, like type thing. Like that would have been interesting. Mm-hmm.
Did you guys notice how long the fucking intro was too?
God.
Yeah, it was pretty long.
they had the pause on each thing.
On each fucking piece of like
fucking his button. Those pause. Like why?
I was like, God damn, is this movie ever gonna start?
The fucking thing. Man. They should have just had that. I don't know. Yeah, that was fucking ridiculous, dude.
I think it was 4 minutes long. It was like,
oh my god, that's like when you pull out your phone territory. It's like, all right, I don't need to look at the white gloves again. I'm good.
Exactly.
Oh boy, I do have a massive Maniac Cop 2 poster in here. That's fucking really cool. I don't know if you can see it from here, but it's up there.
Nice.
I love that one.
Is it signed?
No.
By Bruce Campbell, the star of the film.
The star of the film. I should give him this like next signing. Get him to sign that. That'd be funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck? All right.
Yeah.
I'll rate it since I suggest this one. Problems aside, I still think it's a solid, stupid movie, and I'm gonna leave it at a 7 out of 10 for me, or a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I mean it's still like a really entertaining watch. It's definitely corny, definitely cheesy, but it has its charm. Tom Atkins, Bruce Campbell makes it worth the watch alone. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah, and that's where I am too. 6 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I think the potential was there, especially having Bruce Campbell and Tom Atkins as your 2 stars. This could have been a really cool 80s movie, and it kind of instead drops to a decent but not memorable 80s movie. So 6 out of 10.
Tom Atkins, I'm gonna have to look if Tom Atkins and Bruce Campbell ever did another film together, because that'd be really good too.
Not to my knowledge, no.
But on the Arrow video Blu-ray release, they have a really good interview with Tom Atkins. It's pretty lengthy, about 20 minutes, and he goes into depth about this. And he's just like, I met him one time, but he seems like such a fucking cool grandpa. He's got a cool grandpa vibe, and he's talking about this and making fun of Bruce Campbell, how he died in 2 minutes in the last one. And he's like, I read the script and I'm dead in 20 minutes. I'm like, like, what the hell? But easy money for him, so whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. And he is a cool grandpa for sure. Yeah. I met him last year and he's awesome.
I really want to meet him. He's getting up there, so
yes.
Yeah,
he's still spry, though.
What is he, like 80? What's he, like 80 something?
He's like 85 or close to it.
Yeah.
He's like Charles Cypher's age, and he's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he goes to Frightmare, because I'd love to meet him at least once. So.
Atkins, he went 2 years ago, so they could bring him back. Yeah, they usually don't bring him back if they were there last year, so he definitely wasn't there in the last one. Yeah.
My problem is I don't know what to get him to sign, because I love him in so many things. It's like
H3. That's what I got.
Probably.
Yeah, H3 is his most iconic.
Or Night of the Creeps, if you're into that.
Creeps would probably be.
Thrill me.
The Fog.
Yeah, Carpenter's going to be there, so that'd be a good 1-2 punch, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
if they could get Jamie Lee as like their big,
Oh
their
God,
big
that'd
guest
be
this year.
amazing.
I mean,
That line would be fucking insane.
not when you got
Yep.
VIP, baby.
Well, some of us were
Even
at
VIP
work.
would be.
Even VIP will stay wait 2
Yeah.
hours, but that's all.
But speaking of that, we'll all be at Texas Frightmare in May of next year if you guys are coming down. So we got 3-day passes and all that shit. We have hotels. We'll have fun.
Yep.
All right. Sign us out.
All right, guys, that is it for this episode. Next week, we are going to be covering Barbarian, which just hit theaters last week, I believe it was, starring Justin Long and Bill Skarsgård. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out in theaters. And yeah, that is it. Make sure you follow us on all social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the Horror Squad Podcast. My brain isn't working. So we'll see you guys all next week. Our event with Omri, October 22nd. Our event with Damien, October 15th. I think that's it. Everything. If not, I'll tell you next week a little more. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.